guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria. If you've watched this video and you enjoy it, don't be shy, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Today I have a video for you on setting healthy boundaries. All right, I want to start out by asking you a question. Do you notice that you set boundaries or you tell someone what you expect from them, but they seem to continue to cross these boundaries and you continue to let it happen? Is this familiar to you? Is this what seems to be happening in your life? Are you not even sure what boundaries you have in place? So boundaries start with you being confident in what you can and want to handle psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and physically in your life. And we'll start with what can you handle in your life? Are there things that someone is doing that are physically making you ill, making you sick to your stomach, causing anxiety, causing depression, causing, even compulsive thoughts, panic attacks? Is there something that someone is crossing a line in your life and not treating you properly, and you literally, physically, mentally, psychologically cannot handle it? That's a good place to set a boundary with that person. Now think about what you want in your life, in your future. Is there someone that's stepping over the lines that is causing you to not get to where you want to be in your life, mentally, physically, psychologically? All right, so we have to think about where in our life do we want to start? Where is it most beneficial for us to set boundaries for ourselves? So if you're having a hard time figuring out where to start with boundaries, think about what your triggers are. So our triggers are our responsibility, right? It's our responsibility as adults to heal from any sort of trauma that we may have been through in our lives. But that doesn't mean we can't set boundaries. So think about what triggers you. Okay, so I don't know, what is someone doing that comes to mind that really hurts you to the core? Some things that people may set boundaries around are, do people pick on you because of your weight? Do people make fun of you in public? Do they criticize you? These are all really actually abusive things that people can do to you, but these are things where you have an opportunity to set a boundary around. So I can give you an example of a boundary that I have that's important to me. So if you've gone through a healing journey from narcissistic abuse, because this is what this channel is about, or any sort of emotional abuse, bullying, right? And you know how important it is to have that time to yourself, right? To have, our lives are so hectic and they're crazy. And if your life isn't crazy, maybe your thought process is crazy. What's going on inside of your head? It's chaos. Life is chaos. And it's really important when you're going through a healing journey or otherwise for a emotionally healthy person to have time alone. Right? Time to calm, be mindful, come back, not disassociate, but come back to the present and really be one with themselves, right? So that's really important. So for me, my boundary is that when I am going to spend time with someone else, when I am putting my free time that I could be spending with myself, when I am giving that to someone else and I'm making plans with someone, it's very important for me that that person that I'm making plans with is on time. So, a boundary to me is please respect my time. Because that time that I am setting aside for this other person is time that I could be setting aside for myself. And I look at that as a very valuable thing. So you have to think about enforcing this said boundary. My boundary is I need you to be on time. So let's go ahead and talk about what happens when someone does not respect your boundaries and how we can deal with this. So when it comes to setting boundaries, it's so important to be mentally prepared ahead of time as to what you are going to do when you are enforcing that boundary. I would advise you to not let someone ever cross your boundaries, not even one time, okay? So if we let someone get away with something once, okay, they're going to do it again. Right? So when we are setting a boundary, we are being mentally strong. All right. So this is us showing up for ourselves. We are being mentally strong and we are saying we are not going to let anyone cross this boundary. If someone does cross this boundary and we have made the boundary clear, okay, this isn't just I have a boundary in my head and I'm going to assume that everyone knows what this boundary is. We are going to make this boundary clear. And then we are going to mentally prepare ourselves as to what we are going to do if someone crosses this boundary. All right. So I want you to pause this video and write down 2 boundaries that you are willing to enforce and mentally prepare to do so. Okay, great. So at this point, you should have 2 boundaries written down that you want to enforce and know mentally what you are going to do if someone crosses that boundary. And now I want you to remember to respect yourself more than you respect that person who's not respecting you. Okay? So put your foot down, be strong with these boundaries. Don't even let someone cross this boundary once. And if they do, after you said, you made it very clear what your boundaries are, then I want you to evaluate why it is that you have this person in your life. What are they doing for your mental health? How are they serving you as a human being? Are they helping you to become a better person? Just start thinking about it, because we want to enforce healthy boundaries so that mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, we can be healthy people. I will leave you with this one tip, and if you are with someone who is narcissistic, the number 1 boundary to set with a narcissistic partner is the boundary of no contact. Okay? Number 1 important boundary with anyone emotionally abusive is no contact. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't be shy, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And as always, I wish you all the love in the world.